Hello, welcome back. This is Jeff Byers, and this is Annie 245, and this is Module 9, and we are finished our first, basically, two key poses, our neutral and our anticipation pose of crouching down. Okay, and then we're working on our leap, our jump. So we have three key poses. So we'll have our stretch, our jump, and our contact. Okay. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to go ahead and start posing your character for the next step. All right. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and move our character. Okay. I'm going to hit the Q key and then click on this keyframe or the main root character. And what we're going to do is we are going to be moving this foot out. So let's go ahead and start doing that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this foot right here. That would be the left foot. And turning that off. So I'm going to turn that to 0. I'm going to hit enter. Okay. And that left ball foot should be flat now. There we go. We want 0 on the heel ball. So we're going to go ahead and select that. Now, I've got to go to that keyframe though, unfortunately. Let me go back. I'm going to do Shift Z on that. It may not let me do that. Let me get back to where it was. I need to get that keyframe back where it was. Okay, so we're going to take everything here and go to frame 66. So hold on. We're going to go to select. I can't forget to do this. Quick set select sets, and we're going to go and copy. We're going to copy frame 55 to frame 66. Okay, 55 to 66, and we are going to go ahead and paste to paste. There we go. Frame 66, and we're going to move this. Okay. We're going to move this guy forward a little bit. You can see everything's holding back right there. Okay. So we're going to select this. Okay, we're gonna, and the legs are going to be the same way. Okay, so I'm going to move it a little bit forward, and then I'm going to select this guy right here and move this forward like that. And we're going to change the heel ball to 0. Okay, and we're going to move this up like that. We're going to move both of these hands forward like this. Okay, because we're going to move them up. Okay, and we're going to rotate this. Okay, and I'm rotating them at both at the same time. Okay. And we're going to keep these down, because otherwise it's going to have kind of a snapping situation here. So I'm going to move these, just rotate these down just a little bit, or just keep them like that for now. And move those down just a little bit like that. Move those out a little bit. Okay. I want to keep those elbows like that. All right, so and this is going to be pretty extreme here, so I'm going to click on that again. And we're moving that up. And we're going to be moving the pelvis up too as well. Like that, and moving that forward. We're going to have some strange things going on here. There we go. I'm just keeping those down for now. Move those up just a little bit more like that. There we go. Because we're going to have those arms moving up. All right, so this leg here as we're moving closer to this position here, we're going to want to rotate that up like this. And we're a little bit too high, aren't we? Bring that down a little bit, position that like that. And this guy right here will be, this will be flattened out. So our foot right now that we had on the floor needs to be down on the floor like that. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to turn the heel ball to 0 like that. And that's going to be rotated to be like that. I'm going to bring this back a little bit more. There we go. And the character's leg that's in the picture is a little bit longer than ours. Okay, so we need to have some kind of, we can't have it straight. Okay, so you're going to see that there's going to be a huge difference here. And so when I pull that up, I'm going to have to rotate this foot. Okay, so that looks good. We're going to rotate that a little bit like that. It's going to be on his toe, right on the ground there. And I'm going to rotate this like that. Kind of follow what we see here in the video or in the... Okay, I'm going to pause the video here until we get it set up. I'm just going to move those arms up to where it is on his head because he's moving and we're stretching totally out with that. And as you can see, we've got this action going on. Okay, so I've got to place an arc in here with the hands. There's no way I'm going to be able to get the arc perfect because I'm going to have to do, so we're going to go with the hands. We're going to do this, step forward, and then the hands move forward like that, and they're going to move up. So at frame 60, I'm going to move these hands down, this arm down, so I can get a kind of a better rotational value on this. And we're going to rotate this forward a little bit like that to have the arms follow that. I've got to do that on frame 60, otherwise it will look really bizarre. The arm, there we go. That way we can see that at frame 60 is like that. We'll do the same thing with this guy over here like that. Just kind of do it from over here. And we'll rotate it a little bit more like that. And we want kind of an arc going, so I'm going to have the arms like that. And let's see, since this is leading, I probably want to add a little more to this, like that. There we go. Pull it out a little bit more like that. So there we go. So they're out. And they're not going to be perfect, right? So we got to arc them down and rotate a little bit. And then we're going up. And this we can go ahead and move up. Get that moving up and rotate that wrist. And this is where we're going to have problems with our this guy right here. So we're going to have to move this in position. And this is where it gets a little tricky. Okay. So we're just going to position that where it needs to be. Okay. You can see that just got to animate that position as the arm's going up. Now I need that down. Okay. Right at that position. Whoops. I gotta undo that. So I'm gonna get to that position right there, 66, and move that down so we can keep that arc the best we can on that elbow. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back, get into this position here, this keyframe here, and find out where we're at with that. There we go. And we know that's frame 65. We can't go, or 66. So 66, we want to move that up a little bit more like that. So rotate that a little bit more. And pull it out a little bit more. Okay. So I'm going to look at this and see where we're at with this as well. Okay. Get in here and let's play it. There we go. Okay, we'll just get the other arm like that. Okay, and I can make some adjustments to the foot because that foot looks like it needs to be out a little bit more. So I need to make sure before I do anything, okay, make sure I'm in the right keyframe, 66, before I make any adjustments. You just got to be wary of that. And this is my leg back here, or right here. Just want to get into position. This is pretty extreme here. And we want that up a little bit higher like that. Okay, so we got it looking pretty good. Okay, I can still work on that keyframe on 66 a little bit more. Both arms need to be out, right? So if I look at the keyframes on here, I got frame 55, they're back, right? Keyframe 55, they're back. 57, they're coming down in front. Okay. We just want to create that arc. That looks pretty good. So 57. Go do the other hand over here. And I just want to pull that down. This one down like that. 57. So we've got this. There we go. So you can see that pull back. Okay. 55, and I can probably, you can see I need to arc that a little bit more, but I can do that. Okay, I just need to pull that up. Okay. And then 65 will be pulled up further. And of course, this has to be brought down here. wherever it needs to be. And this is the IK issues that I see. Just gotta make sure you look at your arm and see how you're doing like that. And this might be up a little bit farther. Like that. I'm just looking how my arms look, and they'd be out a little bit more probably. Like that. Out. Like that a little bit, like that. All right. And outstretched. And this will be in this position over here. Here we go. Okay, and let's play it back. Okay. Now I'm doing IK, which is kind of strange, but FK was horrendous. It was like doing all kinds of bizarre rotational issues. So I am just getting the basic keyframes, and I can always tweak it out. That looks, the elbows look horrible right here, but that's okay. We can always tweak those out. That's called polishing. Okay. Everything's linear right now. The computer's doing a horrible job keyframing in betweens, but I'm doing a little bit with the hands. I usually don't do that, but otherwise, if I didn't, it would look really bizarre. So I'm just kind of... Okay, so we're at 66. All right, so it looks a little bit weird right there. I think what I want to do with the foot, it looks like it's, I don't want it sliding and bouncing around. I want it to stay put. I want that foot to stay put right there. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to have to keyframe that foot back where it was. Okay, I don't have anything on that rotate. Okay, so between here and here, it's moving around and doing all kinds of weird stuff. I think what I want to do with that, let's see, I'm going to save this, what I have so far. Always save your work in increments and save it for every position, every key pose you do. Right, so if I take this foot, copy and go here to 66 and paste, it's going to put that foot back where it should be, right? I'm just going to have to move. Whoops, that's the hips. Whoops. Move this back down like that, or because I don't want to move the position. What I could do, heel ball more. There you go. So that's what I want to do, and then move that up. There. And that looks right. That looks good. All right, so that would work. There we go. So it's only moving a little bit. And I think we can work with that. So here, okay, I think it's just the fact that it's doing heel ball thing. Maybe it's not. Translate, which direction am I in? X. Translate X, 0.006 on that. And it's 0.0. It's just moving around. So I'm going to have to, when I polish, I'm going to have to take and consider that and flatten that out. To basically go into the graph editor and flatten that out. So that looks pretty good. So far, so good. We're getting there. It's not extreme. It's not, we're just getting the keyframes, trying to get that arc. You got to be careful with that. And I can, you know, tweak the elbows. The elbows look a little bit wonky right here at 60. So I'll just have to pay more attention to that. Probably follow that arm up, right? Okay, and I'll make that adjustment later, but that means I'm just taking this, and you see how it goes, it stays up there when it should follow the elbow. Probably at frame 60 I'll probably bring it down so it follows the elbow, because it's kind of an awkward thing happening here. You see that? So at frame 60 they should be down here is what I'm saying, and following that elbow, right? That's where it should be. And let's pull that out a little bit more. There we go. There we go. Do the same thing with this guy right here. So it should follow that elbow down. There we go. And up. That looks better. Okay, so it's just little things like that. I'm trying not to tweak too much. Okay, so boom. All right, that looks good. We got that position done. Well, close enough. I mean, you know, a lot of tweaking, of course, will be needed. But that was the problem I was having with the other, when I was doing FK. It was just horrendous. It was like rotating. I couldn't get those rotational values. And I'm in control now because I have these as aim constraints with the elbows. I've got aim constraints that can help me with this, and I'm not entirely happy with this for sure, right? That has to be tweaked because I don't have any arcs in that at all, because it's just following linear. There's no arcing with IK. All right, so I've got to put it in there. I need to in between there, so I understand that. I know that. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. So, all right, so in the next video, we'll go into the apex of the jump.